In the mid-2000s, BlackBerry wasn't just another phone company, it was the phone company. World leaders used BlackBerries, CEOs used BlackBerries, celebrities used BlackBerries. If you had a BlackBerry, it meant that you were important. At its peak, BlackBerry controlled over 20% of the global smartphone market and was worth tens of billions of dollars. Then, in less than a decade, it all collapsed. How did the company that dominated mobile communication lose almost everything? This is the rise and fall of BlackBerry. The story begins in 1984. Two engineering students, Mike Lazaridis and Douglas Freegan, founded a Canadian technology company called Research in Motion, or RIM. Initially, the company focused on wireless communication technologies. During the 1990s, wireless communication was still in its early stages. Email existed, but accessing it on the move was difficult. RIM saw an opportunity. What if people could receive emails instantly, wherever they were? In 1999, RIM launched one of its first major successes, a small wireless device capable of sending and receiving emails. It looked more like a pager than a smartphone, but it solved a major problem. For business professionals, staying connected suddenly became much easier. The device became so addictive that users jokingly called it the Crackberry. That nickname reflected how revolutionary it felt at the time. Throughout the early 2000s, BlackBerry exploded in popularity. Its devices featured a physical keyboard that many users preferred over touchscreen alternatives. Typing emails was fast, battery life was excellent, security was industry leading. For corporations and governments, BlackBerry became the gold standard. Soon, everyone seemed to own one. Lawyers, bankers, politicians, executives, even the President of the United States, Barack Obama, famously insisted on keeping his BlackBerry after entering office. By 2009, BlackBerry had millions of loyal users around the world. The company appeared unstoppable. Then changed everything. In 2007, Steve Jobs unveiled the first Apple iPhone. And at first, many BlackBerry executives weren't concerned. The iPhone lacked a physical keyboard, it had limited business features, and it was expensive. From BlackBerry's perspective, it looked more like a gadget than a serious business tool, but they underestimated one thing. The future wasn't business first smartphones, the future was smartphones for everyone. Apple wasn't just selling a phone, it was building an ecosystem. In 2008, Apple launched the App Store. Suddenly, smartphones could do far more than emails and phone calls. Users could play games, book taxis, use maps, watch videos, manage finances. Developers rushed to build apps for Apple's platform. Soon, Google's Android ecosystem followed. BlackBerry struggled to keep up. Its software felt outdated, its web browser lagged behind competitors, and its app selection remained limited. The company's biggest strength, which was its focus on business customers, was becoming a weakness. As touchscreen phones became the norm, BlackBerry's market share began to collapse. Consumers increasingly chose iPhone and Android devices. Developers abandoned BlackBerry. Businesses started moving away as employees preferred more modern devices. BlackBerry attempted several comebacks, new operating systems, new hardware, touchscreen models, but the momentum was gone. Each new release arrived too late. Competitors were moving faster than BlackBerry could adapt. One of BlackBerry's final major attempts was the launch of the BlackBerry 10 in 2013. The software received positive reviews, but consumers had already made their choice. The smartphone market was now dominated by Apple and Android. BlackBerry could no longer compete. Phone sales continued to decline, and eventually the company stopped designing its own smartphones altogether. The era of BlackBerry phones was effectively over. But the company itself didn't disappear. Instead, BlackBerry reinvented itself. Today, BlackBerry focuses on cybersecurity and software solutions. Its technology is used in industries ranging from automotive systems to enterprise security. While it no longer dominates the smartphone market, the company survived by adapting to a completely different business model. The rise and fall of BlackBerry is one of the most important lessons in business history. The company didn't fail because it lacked talent. It didn't fail because it lacked resources. It failed because it underestimated how quickly technology and consumer behavior could change. For a brief moment, BlackBerry was the future. But in technology, being the leader today doesn't guarantee you'll still be leading tomorrow. And BlackBerry is proof of that.